Now, the achievements of some of the most influential members of Britain's African and Afro-Caribbean communities were celebrated last night during a special dinner at London's prestigious Mansion House. The event, which was organised by the Powerlist Foundation, is now in its 8th year and is a key date on London's social calendar, bringing together the movers and shakers of politics, business and the media. Well, I'm delighted to say that Michael Eboda is Vice Chair of the Powerlist Foundation. He's also the boss of the publishing company Powerful Media, and he joins me in the studio. Very good morning to you.
And you too.
I mean, why has this event gone from strength to strength? Because it's almost in danger of being overtaken by its own track record.
You know the really weird thing, when we started this 8 years ago, we kind of thought that we'd hit the point of diminishing returns, in the sense that, you know, we profile influential people of African and African-Caribbean heritage. And if you listen to popular wisdom, people will tell you that those people actually are very few and very far between. We're finding the opposite. We're finding that people are thriving. We're finding that people are doing better and better and better. And I guess that's why the event's become what it's become.
Isn't it also an indictment of mainstream media as well, that we're quite happy to profile the likes of Richard Branson, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and yet their equivalents in the African and Afro-Caribbean community are often ignored? That's
absolutely right. I mean, you know, the Ken Elisas, the Damon Buffini's, you know, these people are incredibly successful. Most people never heard of them. So, yeah, you're right. But actually, it's even worse than that. And I think mainstream media has got a lot to answer for in many respects, because, you know, we get requests all the time at my office for information for certain TV programs, for example, and it's almost always related to, oh, you know, is there a gang member that you can introduce us to?
So it's community affairs.
It's community affairs, and it's very negative, and there's a way in which I think that they've stereotyped the African and African-Caribbean community in this country, which actually doesn't tell the full story. In
terms of this year's Powerlist, I mean, what people are we talking about?
Right, well, the person who's been voted the most influential person on our list this year is a lady by the name of Karen Blackett. Karen runs Mediacom, which is a media firm with a £1.2 billion turnover. She's a single mother of a 5-year-old son, and, you know, she's in charge of this enormous company. She's also actually a really nice person.
And she also defies the perception of the black single mother.
Totally defies the perception of what the so-called black single mother is. And, you know, extraordinarily intelligent. And to get to that point where she is, that position where she's CEO of this company, is actually unbelievable.
Congratulations to her, because that is an award that is richly deserved in her case. But, I mean, in terms of the dinner itself, it's not just a chance for people to sit down, eat, network and celebrate what they've achieved. It's also raising funds as well. So who is it raising funds for?
So from the Powerlist, which I set the Powerlist up in 2007. And in 2009, I think it was, we were at a dinner hosted by our then sponsor, JP Morgan, the investment bank. And at that dinner, Baroness Scotland, who was the then Attorney General...
This is Patricia Scotland.
Patricia Scotland said, look, it's great we're all sitting down here and enjoying the food, but what are we doing about giving something back? We decided, in the wake of what she said, to form a charity called the Powerlist Foundation. And the Powerlist Foundation is what we were raising funds for yesterday. We do leadership programs for undergraduates, who are doing well, I should mention.
Sure.
So we look for the kids who are doing well, and we take them to the next level.
Because they're tomorrow's leaders, basically.
They are tomorrow's leaders. And in fact, the motto associated with the charity is sharing success with tomorrow's leaders. And we are also opening, this time next year, September next year, in fact, a school in central London, which will cater for eventually 720 students. It will have leadership as its DNA, as its core motivating factor for the students, and it's open to, you know, every colour, every creed, every type of kid that's out there, as long as they're good enough to to get in.
Michael, time goes against us, but I started this interview by asking about mainstream media. Let's end it on that theme. Are they now beginning to wake up to the fact that you've got these very powerful, influential people in the community and that there are more who are rising up to potentially dethrone them?
Well, you know what? This is what I love about something like Arise. Arise is the sort of media firm and organisation that actually will profile the sort of people that we have in here. I will say just one other thing. You know, mainstream media may have missed out on it, but corporate UK isn't missing out on it. And if you look at what some of the people we've been involved with, organisations like EY, formerly Ernst & Young, the Lloyds Banking Group, Thomson Reuters, they are very, very, very firmly behind what we do. They know that there's a lot of talent in this community, and they're intent on utilising that talent in their organisations. And you know what? That's kind of good enough for me.
That sounds pretty cool too. Michael Eboda, an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for coming in, and good luck with next year's event.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're watching This Day Live here on Arise News. There's plenty more ahead this hour, so stay with us.